Now, turn with me if you will. I don't know, I just get excited about God's word. Yeah. Exodus 14, Exodus 13. Exodus 13 is the second book in the Bible, Genesis, then Exodus. Amen. Old Testament. Pastor don't preach out the Old Testament. Well, we got a detour this morning, so that's what my assignment was. Exodus 13. And we're starting at verse 17. If you haven't, say amen. Amen. Still need time, say hold up. Amen. And it came to pass when Pharaoh had let the people go, that God led them not through the way of the land of the Philistines, although that was near. For God said, lest peradventure the people repent when they see war, and they return to Egypt. But God led the people about through the way of the wilderness of the Red Sea. And the children of Israel went up harnessed out of the land of Egypt. And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, who had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, God will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Sukkot, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And the Lord went before them by day in a pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in a pillar of fire to give them light, to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. Father, I ask you to bless this session, this portion of the service, Father God. Let what I say be from you, Father God, and not from me, Lord. Use these lips of clay, Father God, and hide me behind the cross, Lord. I pray this in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen. Detours. When God gives you detours, he doesn't always give you the details. But when you trust him, you know that it works for your good. Yes. I know most of the people here are able to drive, have gone driving, and you see that dreaded detour sign, that big black and orange sign that says detour, or you see a cop doing like this and turning you. So what you do, you automatically follow the car that's in front of you. Now, if you don't know where you're going from this detour, it can be a little frustrating. And like I told y'all last week, I use my GPS no matter where I've been 1,000 times. I'm still putting my GPS on. But it's always that time when I don't have my GPS on because I'm feeling good about myself, that I wind up with a detour. Now I'm sitting there trying to get the detour, and now the GPS doesn't want to work right. And so what am I doing? I'm following the people. Somebody told me one time that they were following other people because of a detour, and what do? They wound up going into somebody's house. No. Thanks. We give all thanks to God because He don't always give us the details, but we know when He gives us a detour, it's for our good. Egypt, the land of cucumbers and melons and leeks and onions, where the people ate good. And all they were concerned about was their bellies because they were slaves. You know, when we go through the book, we see that while they're out in the wilderness and they've been out there a few years, and it's like, Moses, you brought us out here to die. You know, why can't we go back to Egypt with the melons and the onions and the leeks and the cucumbers? But, you know, they forget about the whooping that were taken to build the pyramids. They forget about the whoopings, the beatings that were taken from the people who weren't following their God. And they had to be in an area where there were other gods, there were other pagan idols, and they had to sit there and be amongst them. They forget about that. All they were worried about was their bellies. God provides. He provided even with them. He provided them in the wilderness. He provided them with manna. and with fresh water from a rock. And they were like, we're tired of the bread, we're tired of the manna. So what do? Now God sends them a bunch of pheasants, sends them so many pheasants that they eat until the meat is just coming out their nose. God provides whenever he puts you in a situation. Even when you put yourself in a situation. And when he has an appointed, desired end for you, he's going to provide until you get to that end. He's going to do what he has to do, even though you're not doing what you're supposed to do. God is faithful. And the reason I came up with this theme, Detours, is because we got here this morning. I wanted to be here a little earlier, but being delayed by me not being obedient to my timetable, God's timetable, I should say, and being obedient to my timetable, we got here at 5 of 10. I like to be here a little early so I can turn the heat on, but praise God for Mother Parker that she never turned the heat on. But when we got here, we see a big giant sinkhole over here on the side where the people walk up the steps. That's why we got the caution tape. So while I'm out going to Walmart to find caution tape, because the lady said, yeah, we got caution tape, and I get there like, nah, we don't have no caution tape. And then I go over to Home Depot. I forgot we had a Home Depot like 5 minutes up the road. So I go get the caution tape. And on my back, Detours. Detours. What? It's okay. It's Detours. It's all right. Amen. It's detours. Praise ye him. Amen. We don't worry about detours because we know that when we are children of the Most High God, wherever we're going, he's already ordained it. He's already ordered our footsteps. So sometimes we have to make a detour, but sometimes that detour is to keep us from going where we should not be going. Right. Sometimes we'll go into a place where we didn't belong. Sometimes we'll go into a place where it seemed like fun for a couple minutes, and then it's not so much fun, and now we're trying to create our own fun, and that's no fun, and now we're all invested in, so now we got to try and make it fun, and next thing you know, a whole day, a whole week, a whole month is wasted, where if we would just listen to God, we wouldn't have went in there in the first place. God detours us when he don't want us to go in some place. But sometimes God detours us to get us to see where we shouldn't be. Sometimes God's detour will take us to see where we ought to be. Sometimes the detour is where we ought to be. Sometimes we'll get detoured and we'll see, we were looking for a house and there's a house for sale. Or we were looking for a job and they have a now hiring sign. Or we see a sign, for a daycare center. Or we see a sign for a sports team for our kids. Or we'll see something that we know that has come straight from God and it was nothing. And it had not been for God, that we would have never seen it. He orders our steps. Even when we go off the beaten path, he still put things in our path to get us back to where we got to be. We all know the story of the children in the wilderness. 40 years. It took them 3 weeks if they'd have went the way they were supposed to go, but they were in the wilderness for 40 years. And we know that the wilderness is a place of instruction, not just for the children of Israel, but it was also a place of instruction for Moses. Moses got into the wilderness, and in the wilderness, as the people were growing, he learned how to be a leader. He learned how to be a captain and put people in charge of the people that he's in charge of. He learned how to be, one of those people who was a general who took, so now you're a captain and you got 50 men and you got 50 men and you men are going to report to me. He learned how to be a judge of men. And he said, you're going to judge these people and you're going to judge these people. You bring all the major things to me, but all the little things in petty court you can handle. The people's court y'all take care of. But they got to come to the Supreme Court. Now y'all come to me because I'm going to go to God because God is the supreme ruler. But all of those tiny stuff, the traffic tickets, y'all take care of that municipal. Y'all bring the big things up to me. We learn that in the book of Exodus, in chapter 13, that the reason why Pharaoh took them Pharaoh let them go, and then Moses took them around the way of the Philistines because he saw the fight was going on. And he didn't want the people to be scared. We just left Egypt, and we see a whole bunch of people fighting. We got gold and silver, but we ain't ready to fight. We're not warriors. We're not soldiers. We just people who build things. So God in his infinite wisdom set up a detour so they wouldn't go there and get scared and want to turn around and go back to Egypt because they never belonged in Egypt. Well, they belonged there in the beginning to get put out of Egypt to go where they're supposed to go. But they weren't supposed to stay in Egypt, I'll put it that way. They were supposed to go to the land of milk and honey. They were supposed to go to the land of Canaan. Yeah. So God is going to do what he does. He's going to have a detour set up for you. He doesn't give you all the details, but he does provide things for you. What we see here as they're going through the wilderness, in verse 19, Moses took the bones of Joseph with him. And that comes from Genesis chapter 50, verse 25, somewhere around there, where it says that it says exactly what it says here, that God will surely visit you, and he shall carry up my bones away hence with you. So Joseph's bones went with Moses and the land of Israel, and the tribe of Israel, the Israelites, to go into the land of Canaan. Even though that Joseph himself didn't get there, but he set it up. He took 70 souls, and it became 4 million in Egypt. 70 souls came from his brothers' kids and kids and kids and kids, and those 70 people became 4 million. They became Israel. But he didn't see it. But his bones did make it to the land of milk and honey. And as they took their journey, God was with them. Yes. God was with them by day, with a cloud. Yes. And the cloud just covered them up so that they wouldn't get sunburned, because they were out there for 40 years. And the cloud of day, and then a pillar of fire by night, so that they will be able to see, because when it gets dark in the desert, there are no street lights. There are no, the moon and the stars are going to be bright, but that you just be able to see them, but they're not giving you as much light as you need for 4 million people. So he had a pillar of fire by night. So they were able to travel during the day. They were able to travel during the night. God always provided for them exactly what they needed. Like I said, he gave them manna. And what is manna is like, what is it? That's what manna literally means. What is it? It's nourishment. It's food for your body. And he provided light in the night, and he provided a pillar of fire, a pillar of clouds by day. And as they went through this journey for 40 years, the sandals never wore out, their clothes never wore out. We buy $400 or $500 sneakers, Jordans, and we don't want to wear them by on special occasions because we don't want to get them messed up. We don't want to get them dirty. These wore these same sandals for 40 years. For 40 years. God is faithful to his people. So don't worry about the detours that take place in your life. I was stressing when I saw that hole. I'm like, not going to be able to do Sunday school. I called the landlord, wait for him to call me back. What am I going to do? While I'm going, I hope nobody comes over here and falls in the hole. All these things are going through my mind. And that's what the enemy does. The enemy will sit there and flood you with the nonsense. This is the church. This ain't a brothel. This ain't a casino. This ain't some place where ill-gotten means are obtained. No, this is a place where God's word is preached, where God's word is taught, where God's songs go up, where God is praised. So since that's all going to take place, we know that God's not going to have any of his children hurt. He's not going to have us hurt. Why would he set you up to rack up for failure like that? But no, I don't think about that, because Chris Parker's mind was like, oh my God. I'm ready to sit there and put a tarp in there. I'm ready to drive the car real close to the bike coming. Carl, man, go buy some caution tape. My wife, she's the one who thinks for me when I can't think. Because I go into mode. She's the level-headed one. Amen. Yeah, amen. Y'all might have to say that again. She's the level-headed one. Y'all know Chris Parker be a hothead. Even in the pulpit, Chris Parker can be a hothead. You know, Lord said, do it this way, do it this way. With loving kindness have I drawn you.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
You know,
Yes.
so,
thank you, Jesus.
Listen,
Thank you,
when
Jesus.
God gives you a detour, don't take it as a negative.
Yes.
Take it as a detour.
Yes.
But a detour doesn't mean that you're not going to get there. It just means you're going to go about it a different way.
Yes.
My life was detoured at the age of 14. You know, that's when I first started on my journey. But, you know, being 14, did whatever, and I didn't finally come to the cross until I was 43. So for 30 years, I was on a detour.
Right.
Some of y'all been saved your whole life. Some of y'all been saved 15 minutes. It doesn't make a difference as long as you're saved.
Yes. Hallelujah.
As long as you're saved.
Yes.
Because once you get saved, then you really can look back and God will bring to your mind where you were, what you did, how you shouldn't have made it out.
Yes.
Guns in your face,
Jesus.
things in your body,
Jesus.
sleep at the wheel,
Hallelujah.
dark streets.
Yeah.
I know somebody got a testimony from 4 years ago. I know somebody got a testimony from 40 minutes ago. If it was not for the Lord who was on my side, where would I be?
Yes. Thank you,
Where would I be?
Yes. Amen. Thank you, Jesus.
It's because of God. It's because of His richness. It's because of His mercy. It's because of His everlasting love.
Yes. Thank you, Jesus.
It's because of God's unchanging hand.
Yes. Thank you.
That we can cry out, hallelujah.
Yes.
That we can cry out, thank you, Lord.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus.
Thank you, Lord.
David said in Psalm 25, "Oh Lord, I give my life to you. I trust in you. My God, do not let me be disgraced, or let my enemies rejoice in my defeat. No one who trusts in you will ever be disgraced, but disgrace comes to those who try to deceive others. Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow. Lead me by your truth and teach me. For you are the God who saves me. All day long I put my hope in you. Remember, O Lord, your compassion and unfailing love, which you have shown from long ages past. Do not remember the rebellious sins of my youth. Remember me in the light of your unfailing love. For you are merciful, O Lord.
Yes, Lord. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
For you are merciful, O Lord." That is the New Living Translation. "Show me the right path, O Lord. Point out the road for me to follow." Sometimes that road is going to be a detour. You know, we say, all right, it takes 20 minutes to get there. You know, I'm going to leave at 25 off. You know what I mean? That's going to be 5 minutes. That's when you see the flashing lights ahead, and you see the brake lights, and it's like, and you see the detour.
Yeah.
Thank God for the detours.
Yeah.
Thank God for misplacing your keys
Thank you, Jesus.
because you wanted to leave 15 minutes earlier, but it was going to wind up being 5 minutes earlier. Well, by misplacing your keys, God put you on a detour, because if you left 15 minutes earlier, you'd have been in front of those flashing lights because the cops would have been behind the accident. Thank God for the detour, because of the detours, because He sets up your life, how your life should be according to His riches, according to His glory. The reason why I didn't hit the $1 million lottery yet, well, I stopped playing, number one. And number two, when I did play, I played hard. Why? Because I had it all planned out. We're going to get $500,000, and we're going to go get an island, and we're going to smoke, we're going to drink, we're going to take a whole bunch of friends, and we're going to do. God said, "No, sir. I get no glory out of that. So I can't give you this $1 million. But I thank God that every single day I get a little closer, and a little closer, and a little closer, and it might not be a lottery ticket, but it's going to be something because he's going to get the glory from it. I told y'all before, I want a $10,000 tithe check. I want to be able to tithe $10,000. When I'm tithing $10,000, that means God is blessing me so much more. And if God is blessing me, it ain't for me. It's for you, and it's for them, and it's for them. And I tell God, bless me so I can be a blessing to somebody else. And sometimes you got to go through detours to get to that blessing.
Thank you, Jesus.
My character was not where it was supposed to be. That's why I'm not a millionaire yet. But I'm believing I'm going to be a millionaire. And I told you, I'm not a prosperity preacher, but I know God owns the cattle on 1,000 hills. So $1 million ain't nothing. And he knows it's for his glory. It ain't just for his glory. It's for Jesus. And it's for God the Father. And it's for the Holy Spirit who comforts us. God, I want to be a blessing for others. I want to do what you want me to do. I'm going to go through the detours, and I'm not going to worry about it. I won't complain. I've had some good days. I've had some bad days. And I know you have too. But if you had good days all your life, guess what? It's going to rain sooner or later. So, especially as a child of God, you're going to be persecuted for his name's sake. But persevere on the persecution.
Thank you, Jesus.
David said, don't let those people talk bad about me because I'm your child. Don't let them disrespect me because I'm your child. Stop them in their tracks, Lord. I know you can do it. But if you don't, oh well. I'm still going to make it through. I'm still going to give you glory. I'm still going to give you praise. I'm still going to give you honor because you are worthy. Oh Lord, you are worthy. Thank you. David's life was a detour. He started off as a little shepherd boy, and then he grew to be the king, and had a heart for God, and had a heart after God. But you know the story of David. He detoured with Bathsheba. And what happened as a result? The firstborn had to die. But the secondborn was Solomon, who built the temple. So what God did was he gave David all the riches to build for Solomon to build the temple. And Solomon, we know Solomon, what did Solomon ask for? Wisdom. Solomon asked for wisdom. I don't need the riches. I don't need the honor. I don't need the glory. I need the wisdom to do what you want me to do. And with the wisdom came the riches and the honor and the glory. But Solomon couldn't stay on that path. Solomon had a detour. What was the detour? Those women. Those women were God. Everybody got a detour. Peter had a detour. Peter, Jesus, I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow you, Jesus. We're going to ride or die together. Peter, you can't bear what I got to go through. But you're going to go through it yourself long after me. But you're not going to be able to do it when I do it. Oh, stop, Jesus. He coming after you. I'm going to grab this sword. Peter, you're a fisherman. You're not a swordsman. Chopped off the man's ear trying to cut his head off. Jesus. Peter, stop. Stop. If I wanted, I could have sent 12 legions of angels to take care of all this, but I didn't need to do that. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I kept coming back, you kept falling asleep. I was over here praying to Daddy, but Daddy said this got to go through, so we're going to have to go through this. Peter's detour. Jesus, I never deny you, Jesus. Peter, you're going to deny me 3 times before the rooster crows. Not me. Every one of those people that were with Jesus, hey, it wasn't me. Over there warming his hands by the fire. There go one of those guys that he was over with Jesus. Yeah, it wasn't me. I said blink, 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 blink. It wasn't me. Cussing. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Yeah. But even in God's graciousness, even in God's mercy, Jesus' eyes met Peter's eyes. And Peter had to realize that I need to be broken before I can do big things. You know, Peter was quick to talk. So was Chris Brown. I told my wife yesterday, I said, my mantra now going to be think twice and speak once. I only failed 4 times this morning. I'm working on it.
Amen.
Just started yesterday. We come upon detours over and over and over again in life.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what the detours do? The detours make the straight road seem that much sweeter. Because we know that it's God. Even in the detours, sometimes we're like, oh, the devil is busy and he's making me go around and making me be late. But when we're on that straight road, and we get there on time, we get there early, and everything's going, oh, look, Lord, you blessing me. Lord bless you on the detour also. We just got to take hold of that.
Yeah.
And as a child of God, we got to understand that the details in the detours always aren't going to be manifested until the end. But once you see the detour, once you see the details of where you could have been, when you see the details of where God kept you from, that's a hallelujah moment right there. I'm telling you. Listen.
Thank you, Jesus.
I'm in Harlem buying drugs, and it was an undercover cop who was my detour. He stopped me because he stopped me from being pulled over with the drugs, because what happened? The car in front of me got pulled over, and those people who were with us but wasn't with us, they got pulled over, and they were the ones to stop. We were able to just drive on past. So the detour was right there. Was to throw away everything that I just bought. Thank you God, that money never made it home, because if that money would have made it home, then who knows where I would have been. I could have been in Rikers 3.5 years, 3 to 5. I could have been in the county in Maysland for 3.5 to 5. I could have been in Rahway. I could have been anywhere. God's detours in my life, I'm grateful for. He puts me where I'm supposed to be. And I thank God that He put me on a street called straight. I thank God that He put Paul on a street called straight. Because when He put Paul on a street called straight, then Paul was able to sit there and write 2/3 of the New Testament, and that's where we are able to really understand what it's like to be a Christian, what it's like to be a follower of Christ, and what it is like to understand that there's going to be trials, there's going to be tribulations, because Jesus said it in the 4 Gospels, but we still didn't believe it. But we got to hear Paul say it, because he's going to say it a different way. He's going to apply it man's way. Well, Jesus, Jesus was full man, he was full God, he was still full God, so he was able to take it. Paul says, I can take it too. Paul went up to the 3rd heaven. And what happened? He had to get a thorn in his side to keep him at bay, to keep him surrendered, to keep him safe, to keep him sane, because, he could have got cocky and pompous and, I'll see God, I'll see heaven. No, he kept the thorn in his side to keep him buffeted. Everybody goes through detours. Everybody goes through detours. It's okay to go through the detours, because when you get to the end, this life right now is a detour. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This life is a detour. Because God never intended for us to have church. God never intended for us to die. God had Adam and Eve. They were supposed to live forever. They were just supposed to follow Him. If they had stayed on the straight and narrow, instead of Eve taking a detour, talking to the serpent, Eve giving the piece of fruit to Adam, Adam said, okay. That was their detour. And that detour brought us up to the GPS. God's positioning system. Reading this book is going to put you right where you're supposed to be. It's going to show you what position you have in Christ. It's going to show you what position you are in God's family. It's going to show you who you are, what you're supposed to be, what you're not supposed to do, and what you are supposed to do. So this world, this life is a one big detour, and there's little mini detours inside. But detours are good. Detours are good when we are children of the Most High God, because He's going to provide a pillar of fire by night, and He's going to provide a cloud during the daytime to keep us from getting sunburned. Amen.
Thank you.
Don't worry about those detours.
Thank you.
Don't think they always come from the devil. They don't always come from the devil. Sometimes they come from the divine Father. Thank you.
Thank you, Jesus.
Amen.
Amen.